Hello, this is Ankit Reddy. Welcome to the .NET course from educators.com, world's best online training tutorial for the leading technologies. In this video, we'll discuss about C#.NET access specifiers. Access specifiers will be telling us till where we have access from getting this access from the class. So we have 5 types of access specifiers in our C#.NET. Those are called private, protected internal, public. This one, a private is only within the containing type, public anywhere, no restrictions, protected within the containing type and types derived from the containing type. Internal means anywhere within the containing assembly, and protected internal is anywhere within the containing assembly as well as and from within a derived class in any other assembly. Let us take each access modifier. Whenever I pronounce modifier or specifier, both are same. So let us see each specifier or modifier on example. Let us start from with a private access modifier. Okay. Remember that private members are available only within the containing type. Type in the sense here, please remember, it's a class. That means a private members means a variable or a method, whatever it is. Here member means a variable or a method, whatever declared. Private members are available only within the containing type, whereas public members are available anywhere. There is no restrictions. So please remember these two as opposite each other. Private has all restrictions, public has no restrictions. So let us see with an example. Let me open this one. So let me take a class, public class keyword. To declare a class, we should use a class keyword mandatory. So here I'm declaring a class called as customer class. Then inside this class, usually till now we are creating like this integer ID, but specifically I'm maintaining like this private. Let me decorate this variable integer type variable as a private, and let me take another ID public integer emp ID. Understand? I have taken a class. In the last session I told, right, from going now onwards we'll be creating classes and objects rigorously. So see, again I have created a class that called customer class, inside which I have taken a variable as private and another variable as public. Now I'm trying to access this variable from main method by creating an object. Copy it again. Just remember, oh sorry, let me copy this class name alone. CUSOBJ, that is equals to new keyword. So hope you remember my previous session. If you not, please go and watch my session on class and objects from educators.com website. Now I have created an object. Unless we create an object with the keyword new, there is no use of this customer class. Until now, the memory will not be created by C# compiler. Now let us try to access these variables from main method. Now CUSOBJ dot emp ID. We are not seeing here this ID. That is because a private variables are within the containing type. That's what I told. Only within the containing type. This can be accessible within this class, but not outside of the class. But as we decorated this emp ID variable as public access modifier or specifier, we are able to access it from the outside of the class as well. So we can pass some values. This is how the difference. Private has all the restrictions, public has no restrictions. Suppose if you try to access this one forcibly, ID is equals to not 1. See the error. Console application 1.customer ID is inaccessible due to its production level. So we cannot make like this. This is syntax error. Hope you understand this difference. And I told right within this containing type is accessible. Suppose I have a method public void calculate. Then if I wanted to pass ID, see here, there is no error message. You are able to get this. No error message here because these private variables are allowed to access within the type. Whenever I use type, just remember that a class. Type in a sense class. These are accessible within the class, this class, this ID, because we decorated this ID variable as private. We cannot access outside of the class. But whereas public, if you mention, you can access it from outside the class as well. That is the major difference between private and public. Let us see protected members. Next thing is protected. Within the containing type and types derived from the containing type. Understand? This means within the class and types derived from the containing type. The word derived is a new for you. Let me tell you that derived. So this derived word will be there in a inheritance concept. Inheritance is one of the basic pillar of the object oriented programming. So without inheritance, we cannot imagine object oriented programming, which will be helpful most of the cases. How it will be helpful is by using inheritance, we can inherit means we can obtain the existing class features in the next class. Suppose we have a class A and you are going to have one more class called B. Instead of writing the same code here what I have written in a class A, suppose you have 1000 lines of code. Here 1000 lines of code is there and you need it again in the class B. So instead of writing this 1000 lines of code, what we will do is we'll inherit this class A into the class B. How to inherit is with a colon. If you make like this, you no need to write this 1000 lines of code again in the class B. So by this we are reusing the code so that what will happen, your coding time will be reduced drastically and the errors will be very less because we already verified the errors here and then there is no chance getting more errors if you use this inheritance. The first and foremost benefit is code reusability like this. So all the features of class A will be having in a class B. And again, you don't worry about inheritance. We'll be discussing in great detail in the coming sessions about inheritance. Okay, let's come back to Java programming. Now, protected access modifier we are talking. These values are available within the class as well as types derived from the containing type. Let us see that with an example. We have a customer called this class. We have public class customer and then we have calculate method and then public integer and private integer. Apart from that, I am going to declare one more variable called protected. Protected integer. Then let me take another variable like salary. So this salary is again we can access inside this salary is equals to 5000. So what protected means within the containing type you can access. Till now it is as same as private. Protected and private as same as here. Then which is having additional features. Types derived from the containing type, which means that I am going to implement inheritance concept. Public class. I am going to declare one more class that is called corporate class. Corporate customer. Inside which I am going to use that other methods. Suppose if I try to access this salary from here, you will be getting error. Let me show you. See, compile time error immediately. Salary could not be found. Are you missing using a directory or an assembly reference? Okay. Now let us try to create a class and try to access this. Suppose let me comment this line. Then obj is equal to new obj. I'm trying with a different way at least. obj dot. Still it is not coming. So when it will come is, I told you right here. No. Here, inherit it. When we inherit it, it will come. How to inherit? By using a colon symbol. Customer. So this is a class, I have inherited it. What will happen by this colon is, we are inheriting the class in this class. So all the features of this class will be applying here. Let me uncomment this line. Now see, there is no error. Oops, something. What happened? Let me delete this. Let's correct all the things. Curly braces. Something went wrong. Okay. Say this still. Read this line. Field, but is used like a type. Okay. Leave it. It is a field actually. Okay. Now I wanted to access this protected ID in salary variable. For that, what I am doing is, let me create a class. Obj is equal to new class obj dot. Oops. Then still it is not coming. Let us see that why it is not coming. So inside which, what I'm going to do is public void my salary method is there. Then let me bring this line into this. Now obj dot salary. See here, we're able to access that salary field. And if I try to access this one ID, what will happen? Obj dot. See here, in the list itself it is not there. Is equal to 12. We are getting a compile time error. Only assignment. This is not a possible. ID itself it is wrong. So by this what we can understand is, we can access protected member variables within the type. I mean class. Salary is able to access here, and within the derived class. This is derived class. This is base class. So sometimes we call it as a parent class. This is child class. But being a professional, we don't use those words. We call it as a base class. This is derived class. So derived class will be having a features of base class as well as its own class. We can access the members which you have decorated with a private. Then only you can access in a derived class. Hope you are clear with this. Private, public and protected. Private means only within the containing type. Public means there is no restrictions, anywhere you can access. Protected means within the containing type, and as well as types derived from the containing type. So this is a derived class. We are able to get this salary variable because this is declared as a protected. Hope you understand this. These three access modifiers. I am making this video into two types, two parts. First part will be having this private, public and protected. This will be taking time, so I have just divided into another part. We'll discuss in another part 2 about internal, protected internal. Thank you for watching this video.